Hello, this is Dr. Oz. I would like to share with you Introduction to Python video. Let me get started. So first of all, I would like to log into my Blackboard, our class Blackboard, to be able to download the file that we would like to work on, which is Introduction to Python. All right. So let's click on that. And now once you click on that, I want you to start a new tab in your internet browser. Okay. Which you can search Google here, um, Google Colab to run this model. And then click on Google Colab and make sure that to make sure that this Google Colab works, you want to make sure that you are signed in. So right now, as you can see, I'm signed into my own account. And I know some students will have difficulty with this because they will try to use their Microsoft SYR email address, but you need to create a Gmail account to be able to use it. So I'm using my personal Gmail for this one. It doesn't matter. So just create a free Gmail account, which is very easy. Just go to Google and say create a new Gmail account, okay? And then you should be able to just create an account easily from there on. So let's get started. So we just download that file from our Blackboard. On the file, I will just do uh, open a notebook, and then here I would like to go upload, and I will browse it. And in my case, the file that I downloaded from Blackboard went to download, so I just open that file. As you can see, it's uploading. Okay, so now you can see that this code is preloaded. So to be able to run any codes here in Google Colab, first of all, I need to upload the data file into this area right here to be able to run that program. So I will go back to my Blackboard, and again, under Introduction to Python section, you will see the two sales data CSV. Just click on that and make sure that you download this data as well. Okay. And then I will go back to my Python. You will see this folder icon here. Click on that and wait for it to load. And then click on this upload button and then find that file that we just worked on, which is the to sales data CSV file. And then click OK. So you can see the CSV file here. Make sure it's a CSV file, not an Excel file. And we download from our Blackboard. Now, first part of the code here, I will load and inspect the data. And here I will use pandas to do that. Pandas is a library, so I will use import function built in Python. And I will abbreviate pandas as PD. So every time I call PD, that means pandas library. And then this is how we read files in Python. Basically, I will use pandas library and then read function here, read CSV function. And then this make sure that this name right here matches exactly the file name right here. Okay. And then I will print the head, and I will use the info function as well. And again, this df, this df refers to the variable that we create here. Let's try it. To run this model, this program. I just click on this run button, and you can see that this uh, head function, basically what it does is it shows me the first 5 rows of my data set so that I know what's in my data set. And also it gives me all the columns. In this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, date, product, region, and so on. And you can see how they look like in Python. So that's what the head function do. And you can also see that there are 500 entries. It means that there are 500 rows. And in Python, the index starts from 0, which means that the first row is not row number 1, it's row number 0. First column is also not column number 1, it's column number 0. Okay. And then also we use the info function. And info function, what it does is it gives you the old information about the columns. Here I have 7 columns starting from date and ending with total revenue. Each column has 500 different rows and there is no missing data. And here you can see the object, which means these are strings like letters and words. And then I have units sold, which is integers. And then I have flows, which means they are decimal points for the unit price and total revenue column. Okay. And the next section, I would like to again print some other Python functions. So let's see what they do. So the describe function here, again, df is our data set that we created here by reading the CSV file. And describe function, what it does is it looks at the mean, calculates the mean, which is average, standard deviation, minimum value, 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and maximum value for those data sets. Okay, so you can see the units sold, there are 500 entries, unit price 500 entries, total revenue 500 entries, and units sold is average units sold is 5.34 units sold, and unit price average is 534, and total revenue average of this column is $2,891.27 almost. And you can calculate standard deviation of these and so on and so forth. And also I use print this spreadsheet that we have, this variable, or I should say the data set. Total revenue column, calculate the average, and which is right here. That's how we calculate the average of a specific column, unless we want to use the describe function, which calculates the averages for old quantitative data. Now, what I would like to do is next code right here. I will group my data by product and show the revenue totals. So you can see that product type is in my first column and total revenue for each product type is given over here in the second column. And I'm calculating some value for that. Okay. And then another one, I want to group by salesperson, the total revenue column. And then I want to sort those in ascending, not ascending because false. Like look at this descending order. So you can see that we group by this time salesperson, the total revenue column, and we highest the lowest values. And you can see that the total revenue is a float, which means that it has decimals. Okay, let's do one more. So let's take a look at the date, and we look at the date, okay, and we group by our data by date, month. So you can see the monthly data, January, February, March, and April, and we want to put some values for each of these months right here. Okay, that's it for this introduction to Python video. Until next video, enjoy business analytics.